this time, I'll call the July 12th meeting of the West Memphis Utility Commission to order. The first item on the agenda is read and approve the minutes from the June 14th regular meeting. You all received them in your packets.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we approve the minutes from the June 14th regular meeting.
Have a motion by Mr. Holmes, second by Mr. Ross. Any additions or deletions? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Approved bids for installation of the standby generator and automatic transfer switch.
We only had one bid. I don't know why, but the engineering firm Fisher & Arnold that we're working with on this project has done a lot of work with Wallace Electric Company, and they're real comfortable with him. And so I'd like to recommend that we go with Wallace Electric.
What about the permit?
I've talked to City Hall, and that's not going to be a big issue. Todd's gone. I haven't been able to talk with him about it, but that's not going to be a big deal.
I'd say no.
Who had the motion?
I did.
Okay, motion by Mr. Beck, second by Mr. Ross to accept Wallace Electric Company's bid. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Isn't it terrible that we're in such bad times and we get one bid?
Yeah, ain't that the truth?
So why did they not want to work?
Okay, the third item is stop the discharge of Mississippi County leachate to wastewater treatment plant.
That's me.
Okay.
What's that?
I'll just give you a little short story. Back in 1999, OMI contacted Mississippi County landfill about them accepting our sludge in case we could not get into Crittenden County landfill. At the time, we were having a difficult time getting into the landfill. When it would rain, the trucks couldn't get in, and then a lot of other times, for various reasons, they couldn't accept our sludge. So we tried to find different areas to take our sludge if needed. The agreement was Mississippi County would take our sludge if need be if we would take their leachate from their landfill. So since 1999, we've been taking their leachate. We have never taken our sludge to their landfill. Instead of taking the sludge to the landfill, there was a contract with BFI in Memphis, and we started taking the sludge to Memphis when we couldn't get into Crittenden County. Since then, we've been taking their leachate at no cost to them, just the cost of transporting it from their landfill to our wastewater treatment plant. And so we think it's time not only just to stop Mississippi County, but stop any discharge from outside the city limits of West Memphis, Arkansas. So that's why I brought it back to the commission, because in 1999 the commission did approve a contract. Where the contract is, we're not sure. I mean, it's been 12 years. I don't know if OMI had the contract and they took it with them or what, but we'd like to stop the discharge coming to the treatment plant. Mississippi County is somewhat aware of us discussing this already between Paul and I, and like I said, it is no benefit to us whatsoever. I do not believe it would benefit us to charge them, and to be perfectly honest with you, I'm not sure that they could afford to pay, even if we did want to charge them.
What's the leachate?
Leachate?
Yeah.
It's
What is
just the water and stuff off the landfill that they capture, you know, and then they bring it to us. So, you know, I mean, they tested it one time. It was fine. There was nothing in it. But since then, there have been a lot of limits. Mercury is a big problem sometimes in leachate, and EPA and ADEQ are really looking at mercury levels at wastewater treatment plants and what we discharge, what we take in, and everything. So That too could be a reason to look at stopping all the discharge from within, outside of Crittenden County.
Are there any others that, you said something about some others?
Well, right now, the only thing that goes to the wastewater treatment plant other than this Mississippi County leachate is grease trap haulers, which we only allow them to pick up waste within the city of West Memphis and bring to us. There is a potential, there is a business that we're looking at that has brought in some stuff outside of Crittenden County that David and I have been working toward stopping that as well. But they have an industrial waste discharge permit, and so that will have to be handled differently. They don't discharge directly to the wastewater treatment plant.
You want to say something, David?
Well, you know, back in '99, we had this agreement, you know, to work out something, and it was supposed to benefit both parties, and apparently it's just one-sided. And it would probably a proper thing to do to go ahead and say, let's revisit that and get it back to where it should be. And as long as we're doing that, to look at whether or not we want to be in a position where we accept anything from anybody else outside, and probably not just limit it to Mississippi County leachate, but to say, you know, the responsibility that we have is to treat the wastewater and the leachate and the other stuff that should be coming from within our jurisdiction. And we really shouldn't be accepting stuff from outside of our jurisdiction, because that's not what our taxpayers are paying for.
Liabilities outweigh the,
I would like to give them at least a 30-day notice. I think they already have someone else lined up, but I would like to give them a 30-day notice.
okay, do we
But
have-
we can't find the contract, so we don't know
No, sir, but it's been 12 years. I doubt that it would have, I mean,
if we wouldn't have any legal.
at one point in time, the only thing that they had was we did an agreement with them just where I could sample the leachate if I needed to be. But, you know, if there's a contract, I never saw one.
I haven't had a chance to go back through our records and see if we may have anything that might document that, but there could be. And we'll certainly look, see if we've got one. If we have one, we'll see what steps need to go, we need to go through to cancel it.
Right.
You mentioned outside of our jurisdiction, define jurisdiction.
Our jurisdiction ought to be our city limits.
Okay, okay.
And I don't know if we service anybody beyond our service.
Okay.
No.
If we have any customers that we service outside our jurisdiction, I'm not sure.
No, I believe everybody's within the city limits.
okay, do we have a
We
motion?
might on occasion.
I'll second.
Okay, we have
ability
a motion
to
by
permit
Mr.
somebody
Beck
outside
to
our city.
notify them and give them 30
I'm not sure
days
we do right
notice.
Okay.
Second by Mr. Holmes. Any further discussion?
Do we want to make it to accept anybody or just Mississippi County? They were saying
They
they wanted
don't
to stop
anybody.
everybody.
Well, anybody, you know, don't accept anything.
No, with outside the city limits, yeah.
Okay. You amend your motion to that?
Yeah, yes, sir.
I'll second it.
Okay.
Amendment.
Amendment. Any further discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Motion passes. You don't handle the next one?
We have a tour set up at Independence Electric Generating Plant, and we just kind of need to let them know how many people will be coming, and if anybody would like to take that tour, we would certainly encourage you
And Independence is in
in Newport.
Newport.
Newport, over there past Newport,
On the 18th.
what is that place? What? I know,
Yeah,
If you've never been to a coal-fired power plant, it's a petrol operation. It's something to see.
I'd like to go to that.
I would too.
I would too, but
The 18th,
18th is the only day we got off.
it's on a Wednesday. isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll commit to that.
I mean, and if you need to let us know, you know,
I'm in Little Rock.
Well, you just drive down there.
Miss Beck, you going?
No, I'm afraid my ear hold out the tour.
Miss Holt?
I can't walk very far.
You wanna go?
I'd
I
like
don't
to
know
go.
yet.
Uh,
Okay,
I would love to go, I just,
I wouldn't-
we need to let Todd know about the 16th.
I don't know.
Yes,
Todd's going.
That's before they.
I hate to admit,
I'd
Right.
like to go
can't
unless
get it.
emergency or something right now.
Okay, do we have any further business to
Yeah.
come before us?
Like we had me.
Mr. Ross?
Like to acknowledge our Coca-Cola representatives. Foster, you got anything? Got? Mr. Ross?
Make a motion to be adjourned.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. So we stand adjourned.
Thank you.